Representative Ilhan Omar was elected in 2018 as one of the first of two Muslim women ever elected to Congress. And as a Somali refugee, she has been critical of Israel and U.S.-Israeli policy. But this whole controversy really began over a tweet. Representative Ilhan Omar had tweeted, "It's all about the Benjamins, baby," in relation to support for Israel among American politicians. What she was saying is that there's a big lobbying effort behind Israel and Israeli policy, but what others heard was an anti-Semitic stereotype around Jewish people and money. Republicans were quick in their condemnation.
The language they are using is wrong.
And the pile-on continued from within her own party as well.
Her remarks were reprehensible.
Democrats, including Speaker Nancy Pelosi, demanded an apology, and Representative Omar was quick to give that apology. And all seemed to be fine until another comment made by Representative Omar at a panel discussion where she suggested that some politicians had an allegiance to a foreign country. And there was another outburst of outrage.
When a colleague invokes classic anti-Semitic lies 3 times, then this body must condemn that anti-Semitism.
From the first day of Donald Trump's candidacy, he made comments that many people found to be xenophobic. And so Democrats have tried really hard to keep a moral high ground. And so when one of their members does something that can even be perceived as sexist or racist or anti-Semitic, they're going to be quick to condemn it. They're going to be quick to separate themselves so that they can keep the spotlight on President Trump and the Republicans. And so they wanted their party, they wanted Speaker Pelosi to offer a resolution on the House floor condemning anti-Semitism. But this time, many of the progressives, the younger generation in the Democratic Party, particularly led by Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who counts Representative Omar as among one of her closest friends in Congress, came to her defense and said that this was an unfair pile-on, an unfair punishment to the Congresswoman when there's all types of other prejudices and bigotry that is spoken by politicians that are not then condemned through a resolution on the House floor. To try to avoid driving a deeper rift into the Democratic Party than seems to already be existing over this controversy, Democratic leaders agreed to broaden the language in the resolution, condemning all types of racism and bigotry.
One resolution addressing these forms of hatred, not mentioning her name because it's not about her, it's about these forms of hatred.
This entire controversy has put Speaker Pelosi in a very difficult position. She has 2 wings of her caucus right now. She has moderate Democrats who need to hold on to those seats in order for her to remain Speaker in 2020. But she also has this whole new wing, this whole insurgent liberal bloc of the party that has differing opinions than the old guard and who does see Israeli policy as something to be questioned and to be challenged. Representative Omar's criticism of Israel is not going to change. When Representative Omar continues to be critical of U.S. policy in Israel, will everything that she says be taken as anti-Semitic because she is critical of Israel? And how will Democrats and Speaker Pelosi continue to respond to her and her comments?